Hello, I'm coming to you today from my classroom in my winter coat because it's quite cold outside. But I'd like to talk to you today about sort of a bummer or a depressing topic, and that is the lack of empathy in our national dialogue, our increased level of vitriol, anger, hatred. What, as an English teacher, are you able to do to combat it? And I think you can do a number of things, but the most important thing that you can do is read a book and, have your students read a book and have your students read a book from a perspective that they are unfamiliar with and hear another voice that they haven't heard before. What is the value truly of reading? And I think the value truly of reading is that it increases our capacity for empathy. It increases our ability to identify with and to communicate with the other person. And so the importance of reading is strengthening that empathy muscle. There's been a movement, I think, in our national dialogue and in the politics of the day to discredit empathy or to think of empathy as a weakness, a liability, something that makes us less great. And that is, in my opinion, clearly not true. I think empathy makes you great. I think you need to be able to feel and think as others do in order to be a really authentic, genuine human being. That is why this movement towards, demonizing DEI, for instance, diversity, equity, and inclusion, just really has me flummoxed and confused because I really think that is, at its core, ideologically anti-empathy. We're not going to view the other person in a holistic light. We're only going to view you as, your ability to do something, meritocracy, pure ability. And pure ability is such a tunnel vision for how to view a human being. Like, if I were to judge my students on their pure ability at writing, and if I were to say, well, only the good writers in my class even have a chance of earning an A, I would be a tyrant. I feel effort obviously needs to be considered, but I also feel like there are all of these other factors that need to be considered, all of these holistic idiosyncrasies that make a human being that are just not considered when you look at merit and merit alone. And so that's why I think that this shift toward anti-DEI is a shift away from empathy and is in an indirect way an attack on the English classroom, because the English classroom is uniquely suited towards fostering empathy, towards strengthening that empathy muscle. And that is the unique value that an English classroom can provide